Hey, I'm Lucy Douglas. I'm a family nurse practitioner and I'm owner and CEO of New Beginnings Wellness Center and Spa in Ruston, Louisiana. Today I'm talking to potential new patients, and I feel that it is important that I set the tone before you arrive for your first appointment. I would say the large majority of people that come to me come by word of mouth, and I'm truly honored by that. People will say to their friends and loved ones that they should come to me for me to help them solve a problem. And so they come because their loved one or friend has had a good outcome. And so they see that and they're intrigued, and maybe they're having a similar problem or they appreciate my approach. And so they're interested and they call and they make the first appointment. But even though your friend or your family member can prepare you and tell you about their experience, it's interesting. I find people, even though they know kind of what to expect, they still come with the wrong mindset. And so I want to talk to you before you come to prepare you to help change your mindset, to shift your perspective and introduce you to a new paradigm, a new way of thinking about your health. Because my approach is most likely not like any other person's that you've ever been to that's a healthcare professional. The existing paradigm in medical care today in our country is symptom-based. It's reactive. So you present with a symptom or a problem, and then that symptom is your disease. So say you present with elevated blood pressure, and after a series of visits where it's established that your blood pressure is remaining high, then you're told you have hypertension and you're given prescription medication. So your symptom of high blood pressure or elevated blood pressure became the diagnosis of hypertension. And there's no discussion then at that point as to, well, why did your numbers get elevated? What was the process by which that occurred? And what can we do to fix it? And that's simply not the way that things are being dealt with. It's, here's your problem, here's your medicine, and follow up in this period of time. And so everyone leaves those encounters, and then because it happens so frequently and it happens to everyone you know, and it's been going on for decades, you've become anesthetized into believing that that is the right way to approach those kinds of problems. Now, if you broke your arm today and you presented to an emergency room, you're going to be in great hands. You're going to be admitted and you're going to be treated. Your arm will be set. It'll be x-rayed. They'll establish how bad is the break. Does it require surgery? Can it be set, closed? Does it need to be opened up? All of that will be decided and you will be treated and fixed and sent home. So in those instances, our healthcare system works properly. But guess what? People in the United States of America aren't dying in droves from broken bones, accidents, unforeseen things. People are not dying in droves even from cancer. People are dying in droves from preventable disease. Cardiovascular disease is wiping out more people in the U.S. every year than the top 7 forms of cancer combined. I've had several loved ones die from cancer, including most recently my husband. So I feel like I can really speak to this because I've been through it with a sibling, a mother, and then now my husband. And I will tell you, the approach was You present with a symptom, testing occurs, it's uncovered that there are tumors, and then now you have cancer. Once biopsies happen and we get that pathological confirmation, and then that sets into motion the treatment. But it's addressing the symptom. It's not addressing or asking the question, where did this come from? So this message today is to get you to think, to evaluate your own life. What is your body telling you right now? What problems, if any, are you having? Why maybe are you interested in coming to see me? And what are your goals? What are your expectations? Some people come in here already, we're on the same page. They have the same mindset. They're having a particular problem, but they want to know how it got there. And so they're ready and just excited to dig and figure out what they can do to help their body heal. And I've said numerous times in previous videos, I am not here making a judgment on any tool in our toolkit of treatment. When my husband was diagnosed with cancer, he actually had 2 forms of cancer. I feel very confident that the treatments he was offered prolonged his life, and I'm grateful for that. But they did not fix his issue at the cellular level. So his body continued to make cancer despite the treatments that he was given. And I find that that same approach is utilized in the other area that I mentioned previously, in the realm of the chronic disease, the diabetes, the high blood pressure, the high cholesterol, the cardiovascular disease. In that realm, labs might be done. It might be identified that you have high cholesterol. So therefore, you're given medication in many cases to lower that cholesterol. And that's pretty much all that I see happening. And so patients are leaving those encounters and they're being lulled into a false sense of security. Well, I'm on the medication to lower that number that was not in a good place. And so therefore, I should be okay. But obviously that's not the case, because all the dead people. And I just need to reiterate to you that I burn from within because of that paradigm out there, that symptom-driven management paradigm that is not fixing problems at their root cause. And that is often a lengthy process to find that and to discover, because it's usually I would say always not one thing. You are a multi-dimensional person. You are a physical body with a soul, your mind, your will, your emotions, and you have a spirit. And all of those 3 areas of your life have to be in balance for you to experience optimal health. And so that's not going to be corrected. Any issue in any one of those realms is not going to be fixed overnight. So a realistic expectation needs to be established at the beginning, that this is not a Z-Pack. This is not, here's your prescription, bye, I'll see you in 6 months. I'm going to turn you upside down. We are going to go inside out, upside down, everywhere, looking at everything that we can look at to get at what is causing your problem. And even though I think many people know this about my approach, they still come with maybe a tiny speck of an unrealistic expectation, or They've just not completely detoxed from that, but isn't there a pill mentality? Because changing your lifestyle is hard. Taking supplements every day can get tiring. Planning, shopping, cooking can get old. I get it. I totally get it. And I'm sympathetic to why people burn out on the lifestyle changes that we put into place at our first visit. Even before I have all the data back, generally I have clues as to what might be driving your problem based on the story you come in and share with me. Sometimes if it's a menopausal patient who's experienced a dramatic menopause and that person is having significant symptoms that are super uncomfortable, that's fairly cut and dried and often very easy to correct. But not everyone is that easy. Sometimes I hit a home run with the recommendations. Sometimes it has to be tweaked and we have to go back and forth a little bit to find what works for you specifically, because you're the only you I'm ever going to take care of. That makes my job extremely interesting and extraordinarily difficult. And so as you are preparing to come be my patient, if you're considering allowing me to partner with you, I want you to fully understand what's going to happen when you come and sit on this couch and what my expectations are from you, just like you have expectations of me, because you're investing your hard-earned resources into our relationship and you're expecting a return on that. But I often tell my patients, I have no pixie dust on my desk. I would love that to sprinkle on my own head, but it does not exist. If I find it, you'll be the first to know. I'll be selling it, and then I'll be on a Caribbean island that I own, sipping a drink with an umbrella in it. So when we partner together, we're going to dig into every area of your life. I want to hear your whole story. I want to hear about your family. I want to hear what you do for a living. I want to hear about everything that's affecting you, because improper sleep, stress, improper nutrition, nutrient deficiencies, toxicities, environmental stressors, all of these things lead to disease. My husband's cancer was not easily fixed because cancer is a complex, multi-system disease. I think that we know perhaps more than we used to on how to combat certain types of cancers. But in my husband's case, we just don't have a lot of information yet on the bladder cancer that took his life. But I am driven to control what I have control over. I can control what I put in my mouth. I can control how much I move and exercise. I have complete control over my thoughts, over my attitude, over the paradigm that I choose to embrace in my own life. And then for me, the rest of all the unknown is up to God. But I feel like for me personally, I partner with Him in how I live my life and make all the best choices that I possibly can so that I can be here as long as possible and thrive. And so I just wanted to spend a few minutes to introduce myself. There's other information on my webpage, other videos to let you know more about me and my background and sort of what led me to being in this kind of weird place where I am like a private investigator. I'm a detective. I am a problem solver, but I'm not a wizard. I'm not a magician. And so success in your journey requires us to partner together and for you to be ready to invest in the relationship as much as I do. Because you have to go home and execute the plan. You have to go home and live your life in such a way that you're honoring your body and that you're honoring what it's trying to communicate with you, because our bodies are so beautifully designed and they are trying to say things to us if we will simply just stop and listen for a minute. And so I would say frequently I'm able to problem solve quickly, but then a zebra walks in here and that is just a more complicated journey. So I don't want to dissuade anyone from coming. That is not at all the point of this video today, but it's simply to let you know what I expect from each relationship and that how we can most certainly be successful together and reach your individual health goal. Because I know that I have a gift for this. And I've had great success, and then occasionally there are people that absolutely stump me. And so I have lots of tricks up my sleeve. I have lots of things to try, people to bring into the conversation with us that think kind of like we do and are looking at root causes. So I have all kinds of tools in my toolkit to offer each person that walks in the door. And this is what drives me. It's what excites me. It's what motivates me to get up and put on pants on some days when I just think, what is the point? But then I know I get to come here and meet new people almost every day. And that is such a blessing to me. It is an honor to meet you. It is a joy to partner with you on your journey to optimal, vibrant longevity. And I want to be there for it. I'm here for it. I know you can do it, but you have to prepare yourself mentally and arm yourself sometimes for battle. And so I appreciate the sacrifice you're getting ready to make by coming to see me. And I look forward to meeting with you and being a partner and a support person and a cheerleader on your journey. So thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.